In Austin, I'm Mark Mullins. One person is dead after an Amtrak train collided with an SUV Wednesday. It happened near US 79 and County Road 110 between Round Rock and Hutto. The person in the SUV died. A DPS spokesperson says it's not clear if the SUV was trying to cross the track or was stopped there when the crash happened. The road where it happened did not have railroad crossing arms because it leads to a private property. A gym manager next to the train track says she saw the crash after she got to work.
It was just smashed in. It was definitely very devastating, and I went to go check on everybody over there, see if they needed anything, and right when I did, the cops pulled up not even like a minute or two after.
There were no reported injuries on the Amtrak train, which was carrying 71 passengers and 9 crew members at the time. After the car was removed, crews inspected the train for any damage, and once it was cleared, it was able to continue its trek to Chicago. Police arrested a former student near Westlake High School. Police say the person was suspected of having a weapon in their car on school grounds. Students reported their concerns to authorities. The former student was taken into custody without anyone getting hurt. During the secure protocol, students and staff continued normal activities inside buildings, but exterior doors were locked and no one could enter or leave the school. The district says the quick response shows their safety protocols are working. We are learning new details about the case of the Target store shooting suspect in North Austin. The 32-year-old suspect is accused of killing 3 people in a parking lot. We're hearing from his attorney, Steve Brand, for the first time. He said he expects the case to be a lengthy process. Brand says there's nearly 800 pieces of evidence to go through. Brand said it's too early to tell whether the alleged gunman will enter any sort of plea.
Anytime somebody dies prematurely, your heart's going to go out to them. Nobody should have to go through that and suffer that. But I don't think those families, especially not knowing me, knowing who I represent, I think the last thing in the world they would want is to hear from me.
Austin police noted the suspect has a history of mental health issues and had repeated run-ins with law enforcement. He was ordered to undergo a mental health evaluation to see if he was fit to stand trial. So far, we don't know if that evaluation has been done. Georgetown police continue to investigate after an 18-wheeler hit a bridge over I-35 on Tuesday afternoon. The overpass over State Highway 29 didn't reopen until around 6:15 Wednesday morning. Georgetown police tell us there was at least one significant injury from debris hitting a vehicle. Signage on the road says the bridge clearance here is 14 feet 11 inches. TxDOT is also urging drivers with large loads to be aware of their vehicle and freight height, plan trips accordingly, and pay attention to signs when approaching bridges. Austin Energy announced this week that more electric vehicles will be part of one of their energy-saving programs. Malia Masamoto explains how this will actually help Austin Energy decrease demand on the power grid during peak energy time.
If you're enrolled in Austin Energy's Power Partner EV program, just driving your electric vehicle into the garage could help the Texas power grid.
We're asking customers to help us when the energy demands are really high to lower the demand on the grid.
This week, Austin Energy announced it will allow 9 General Motor EVs to directly enroll in that program. Before this week, only Teslas could directly enroll.
All we're saying is, hey, could you delay your charging for 2 hours, or could we throttle down the amount that you're charging your vehicle for 4 hours? And that really doesn't impact them that much.
Other EV drivers can enroll if they use specific at-home chargers from the brands ChargePoint, EvoCharged, and Emporium.
And you don't even have to unplug your car during peak energy demand times. All you have to do is opt into the program through the Charger app or the Car app, and Austin Energy will do the rest.
High demand events are typically anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. Matt Mitchell with Austin Energy enrolled in the program just last week.
Basically, I plugged my car in, I got a notification saying, hey, we're going to throttle this back. You can override it if you want.
Since he didn't need to use his car during those hours, he said he was happy to help the grid out.
You want to start charging it at 2 in the morning? How am I going to know? I'm asleep.
And not only is it saving the grid, it also saves participants some money. They'll get $50 to enroll and then $25 annually. Genesee said currently there's about 900 EVs enrolled in the program, but a total of more than 50,000 throughout the Austin area. A major opportunity to power up the grid.
That is a significant impact to the grid, and that saves everybody money, and it also makes the grid more reliable for everyone.
In Austin, Malia Masamoto, KVUE News.
Construction crews just hit a major milestone on the Austin Convention Center's redevelopment. They officially entered the first phase of construction. Demolition of the existing facility is still underway, but now they're also working on part of the new convention center that will contain its foundation. Special equipment is cutting deep trenches that are reinforced with steel and filled with concrete. Construction is expected to take the next several years. Austin Public Health is dealing with funding uncertainty amid federal budget cuts. Today, APH staff told city council members they're trying to manage their budget while anticipating what the federal government could cut next. They're keeping a close eye on what could happen to the CDC's Public Health Infrastructure Grant. Over the past 3 years, APH has received $14 million from that grant.
So we are, keeping our fingers crossed. We're working very closely with our project officer to make sure that we're in compliance with any new requirements so that we can maintain that funding. But for now, it's really just a game of wait and see. Sometimes we get so...
Officials with APH say millions of dollars worth of grants are at risk of ending after 2026, depending on the federal budget. They've already lost $18 million worth of funding for a number of programs that fund things like COVID-19 immunizations, tobacco cessation campaigns, and HIV prevention. The state of Texas is now facing a legal battle over a new law on lab-grown meat. State lawmakers approved Senate Bill 261 back in June. It bans the sale of lab-grown meat in Texas for at least 2 years. Those who supported the bill were not only worried about food safety, but also that cultivated meat would hurt the livestock market and family farms in Texas. Today, the nonprofit law firm Institute of Justice announced that it was filed a lawsuit to fight that new law on behalf of some cultivated meat companies. The firm accuses Texas of enacting this law solely to remove out-of-state competition.
But that is not a legitimate use of government power. Indeed, a major reason for the enactment of the Constitution was to secure a national common market so that producers and consumers could benefit from free trade among the states.
The lawsuit alleges the ban violates the U.S. Constitution. Well, those are the headlines in Austin. I'm Mark Mullins.